Hello, One Alls, my view of My Hero Academia, Chapter 307, been a while. That's a fairly accurate title, considering that since the last chapter, Japan has basically become a nightmarish apocalyptic hellscape where villains are roaming freely through streets and all but the most hardened of civilians are living in evacuation shelters. So, yeah, that's bad. That's definitely bad. And the two we get to explore this nightmarish apocalyptic hellscape with are Yo and Tatame, which, interesting? Honestly, if it wasn't for the anime, I definitely would have forgotten about both these characters. Though I heard that Yo recently came in 9th place in the popularity poll, which given the overwhelmingly massive cast this series has is quite an accomplishment, so I get why Horikoshi wanted to include him here. Though I do love he also has to add a little thing in the bottom. These two debuted in volume 12. So he thinks he's so popular, everyone loves him, but he still needs to remind people of who he actually is. I love that. Though honestly, I have a very hard time actually figuring out exactly who Yo is. I mean, he feels very bipolar as a character. I mean, he's got this big, bright smile, all cheerful while he's talking to people, but then after it fails, he threatens to vibrate their building into rubble and forcibly drag them along. And then later on, when he's having the big battle against Muscular, he threatens to turn the dude's brain into a milkshake, which, okay, that's very, very violent. Certainly a sort of thing that Bakugo would say, but I don't know, it just really feels at odds with his bright, cheerful personality he has. I'm honestly still trying to figure out exactly who he is as a person. And then we meet the Taguchi Tower stragglers, and I definitely get where these people are coming from. You know, they want to defend their homes, their businesses, their properties from the villains that are freely roaming through the streets, and they know the heroes won't be able to do it. It's actually a rather similar philosophy to what we see in Vigilantes, you know? The Crawler and the other Vigilantes, they're doing what they can because they know the heroes won't always get there in time, won't be able to get to a small city like theirs to help protect them, to help defend them, so they do what they can. And this isn't all that different from what we see in, normal everyday life. A lot of times when there's floods, people refuse to leave, even when they're given evacuation order, because they want to defend their home, guard as best they can from the floodwater or from looters or whatever. And this is exactly what these people are doing. And these aren't bad people. Later on, when Yo gets attacked by Muscular, I mean, yes, they do push Tommy out of the way, but still, they're willing to go risk their lives to try and save Yo, even though they disagree with him, and even though he's fighting one of the most dangerous villains in all of Japan. The one thing I do disagree with them about, though, is their comment about how, if they go to evacuation shelters and the villains attack them, then even the pro-heroes won't be able to defend them and they'll all get killed. I mean, that's somewhat right, but at the same time, it's very, very wrong, because the bigger issue right now is the fact that there are too few heroes and too many people they're trying to defend. The evacuation shelters, put everyone, all the civilians in one place, which are much, much easier to defend. So yes, if villains attack, it will be an issue, but there will be many, many more heroes there to help defend them, to help protect them. So definitely I disagree on that point. But again, they've basically lost all faith in the hero system and heroes as a whole. So yeah, not a whole lot you can actually do to change their minds about that. And then we meet Jailbreak, the mysterious villain who's been hinted at since the beginning of this chapter. And hey, it's Muscular! I mean, I do get why he gets a new nickname. He did break out of jail. And he's become so violent and insane that he's put on the same level as Nomu, as being that far removed from humanity, which, okay, that's concerning. That's very, very concerning. It definitely seems like he's gotten an upgrade since last time. I mean, he seems a lot bigger, and when Yo attempts to, vibrate his brain into a milkshake, he uses his muscles to form an armor to defend himself, so yeah, definitely a lot more skilled and a lot more dangerous. Thankfully, though, Yo is saved by Deku. Yay! Kinda, because this is a much, much different Deku than we're used to. I mean, the entire look about his face, his eyes, it just feels so much more demonic. I mean, when I first saw this, I thought to myself, this reminds me of like Naruto, the beginning of the series when he first starts unlocking the Nine Tails power. That's how it looks. His just overwhelmingly demonic and terrifying aura about him. Though someone did point out online that Deku's whole outfit is actually a reference to one of Horikoshi's earlier characters from another series, from his first series. A rabbit who's really laid back and calm and goofy until his friends get hurt and then he becomes very, very serious. But more than that, though, is what he says. No wonder my gift from the fourth wouldn't shut up. Okay, first of all, I like that he's referring to the quirks as gifts now, but secondly, and much, much more importantly, when throughout the entire history of the series has Deku told anybody to shut up? That is not the kind of words he was used. That's not the kind of dialogue he uses. That sounds much, much more like Bakugo. This definitely seems to imply this is a far, far darker, far more serious version of Deku, and oh, I am so, so excited to see him fight against Muscular, or Jailbreak, however you want to refer to him. I mean, seriously, last time Deku fought Muscular, he had to break his own arm just to get the dude to budge. and now this time managed to send him flying with apparently no damage being done to himself. Yeah, that definitely seems to imply Deku is a whole lot stronger now than he was last time, and this is going to be a much, much closer fight. Though, this does actually raise a very interesting question. What's going to happen after Deku beats him? Because I really don't think, the police or the pro heroes have it in them right now to, properly detain someone as powerful or as dangerous as Muscular is, especially because I'm pretty sure Tartarus was destroyed, and any prison they do stick him into could just be, broken into by All For One and he'd be set free all over again. So will Deku finally cross the line? Will Deku finally kill a villain? I mean, normally I'd say no way, but just given how utterly serious and dark Deku has looked the last 2 chapters, and just given what a monster Muscular is. I mean, seriously, he killed Koga's parents, and God knows how many people he's killed since he broke out of prison. If anyone deserved being executed, it'd be this dude and All For One, so will Deku do it? Will Deku actually cross that line and put Muscular down? I mean, it'd definitely be a good way to show just how serious Deku has become since his meeting with the second and third user, and, just how much more powerful he's become now. I mean, at the very least, right now, he must have, Float, Sense Danger, Black Whip, and just his regular punching. There could still be other quirks he's managed to unlock in the last couple months since we last saw him, so really, really don't know what to expect from this fight other than Deku being utterly, utterly merciless, and I can't freaking wait to see that. But yeah, let me think all this down below. Deku versus Muscular. Who's going to win this fight? And, if not Deku, then who? Who among the pro heroes actually has it in them to take out Muscular, to beat him? I mean, top of my head, the only people I can really see having the firepower necessary to do that would probably be, Endeavor and Best Jeanist. I mean, Aizawa would be able to nullify his quirk, but would that buy him enough time to actually take him out? I'm not sure about that. And what do you think of Yo coming back, even though it was for a very brief amount of time, even though he got his butt utterly, utterly kicked? And just what do you think's gonna happen next? How serious and dark has Deku become? Leave all this down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. And until then, peace!